Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be the movie Infinite, starring Mark Wahlberg and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Now, this movie is streaming on Paramount Plus, and it was a decent film. It was a good film, action, and let's just go over the cast right quick. So, like I said, it's Mark Wahlberg. He plays as Evan Macaulay, and Chiwetel Ejiofor plays as Bathurst 2020. Sophie Cookson plays as Nora Brightman. Dylan O'Brien plays as Treadway. Jason Mazukis plays as the Artisan. Toby Jones plays as Porter. Jonas Hawko Jonathan plays as COVID. Liz Carr plays as Garrett. And Wallace Day plays as Agent Shin. That's pretty much the bulk of the characters right there. And then it's, of course there's other people, but that's pretty much the bulk. Now, it starts off with a high-speed chase, and Treyway and Nora is in a car. And no, wrong. I'm wrong. Nora was in the car, and they was in a chase, and another guy, Treyway, was in another car trying to escape the police. And so Bathurst, the 1985 version of him, was after what we don't know what they after at the time, but it's this egg that destroys the world that Bathurst created. But of course, Treadway has it in Treadway has it, and he wants to hide it from Bathurst, of course. Where the whole Infinite plot is these warriors from time to time, they die. As long as their mind is not destroyed, they reincarnate into another being. And so that human that they reincarnate to, pretty much, it picks up what the last reincarnation was doing. All their skill set, all their knowledge that they know, over time they start picking it up. And so Evan, which is played by Mark Wahlberg, he was going through this his whole life, and he had all these skills but didn't know where they came from. He was seeing all these visions, all these dreams, but didn't know where they came from. And they were saying he was schizophrenic, but it wasn't. He was really one of the chosen people. So what takes place is that he knew how to make swords. And he made a sword for these drug dealers. It went bad. He ended up beating the drug dealers up, taking the sword back, and then he had one of his flashbacks that he would fall off a cliff. He pretty much fell off a building, landed on a car. That brought him into the police station, and they pretty much, that triggered the Bathurst alert. And he came in to basically interrogate him. That's when you see the trailer of Bathurst and Evan in interrogation. And then he pulling out all these weapons that he had over the years. And he doesn't really remember it's his body, but the brain is fried pretty much. So in comes Nora, and she swoops in, breaks into the police station where he was interrogated, from told him get in the car, and then they had a little shootout. And then she basically goes and explains the whole process, telling him he needs to come with her. She takes him to this like temple place that's sacred, and they meet all the people, and they breaking it down that he is the key to Treadway, he's the reincarnation of Treadway to find out where he put the egg at, where did Treadway put the egg. And so they was trying everything to bring it back, but Evan couldn't remember. So they knew they had to go to the Artisan. And the artisan is pretty much the artisan is pretty much Jason Mazukis, and in all his roles he played a fun character. No matter what character I've seen him in, a fun character making jokes and stuff like that. So he's the same role in this. And so his theory is to drown him and put him in this machine to collect his thoughts. Meanwhile, Bathurst has an eye where the room is, and he's listening to everything. So they put Evan through the whole process. Evan drowns, and he goes back into his memories and see where Treadway placed the egg, and actually it's in the body of. They froze Treadway's body, and Treadway put the egg inside his body. And so when Evan came out of being drowned, he said, I knew where it's at. It's inside him. It's inside of his body. And so at that point, he got shot because, of course, Bathurst was there. And one of the warriors, they went out fighting to give Evan them a chance to get loose. Meanwhile, Bathurst knew where the egg was. He went and got it. And so it's just this last Hollywood heroic moment, battle scene. They show up to Evan and Nora, and the artisans show up against the whole army at Bathurst palace, and they go to war. And of course, it's Hollywood. It's all types of action, flying through the planes, and no parachute, and just of course, Evan eventually gets the egg, and he shoots Bathurst in the head. Meanwhile, Nora's wounded, and Nora wants to. It's all these souls that Bathurst had in his domain, in his palace, and so what she basically did was she killed herself, but she blew up all the souls in that Bathurst had in this memory bank. And so Evan killed Bathurst, and in the process of him killing Bathurst, he fell into the water and he drowned as well. But of course, he didn't get, his mind wasn't destructed, so he would reincarnate. And so it pretty much goes off like that, and the artisan got loose. And what happens is the reincarnation period starts, and then it shows the artisan looking at a kid real good with the sword or whatever. So that's like reminiscent of the Treadway character. So he got all this skill set, and then of course the artisan tells the father, the kid, hey, when your kid gets older and start having questions about his past and memories, have him call me. And he gave the kid a sword. And so the father pretty much was like, he's just a kid. And then he was like, he gave the kid the sword, but then he threw an apple at the kid. The kid cut it from behind. And he said, hey, artisan, what took you so long? And he said, just holler at me when you get ready, kid. And then walked off. So it was a good film. So out of my 4-star rating system, I'm going to give this film a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment if you care. Till next time.